Many people consider it a mystery on the concept of Finland and happiness. The nation, with extremely lengthy winters, large swaths of extensive forests, and a culture in itself, can be described to be paradoxically contradictory, something that doesn't exactly fit into everyone's standard in other nations. Finland is always placed among the most happy countries on Earth, and this is in spite of the fact that its culture seems to be characterized by some strange and rather odd behaviors. But what makes Finland so weird? And why do the Finns seem to be the happiest people in the world? This interesting mix of strange behavior and sustainable happiness is something we should dig into with you. The first thing that pops up in your mind when thinking about Finland is silence, which seems to be an integral part of Finnish culture. A huge number of visitors may feel uneasy because of this silence that prevails in ordinary Finnish life. People in Finland usually love to have time to themselves and discuss meaningful subjects rather than just empty words. Due to this radical contrast to some extrovert and talkative culture found in the world today, it is very hard to interpret. In Finland, it will not be very unusual to see a meal or the ride on the bus shared among people who just do not want to say even a word, and this scenario is quite commonly practiced throughout this country. One of the respected and comforting situations was quiet itself, however. The reason why people are satisfied is not because they always have a thing to talk about, but rather because they are satisfied with their thoughts and the space they have for themselves. The Finns believe that silence provides them with tranquility and clarity, two essential elements of mental well-being. In addition to that, there is the infamous winter in Finland. The long, dark nights and bone-chilling cold that Finland is known for may give the impression that it is a place where it is impossible to find happiness. While the harsh winters produce a form of paradoxical resilience in the Finnish people, on the other hand, there's strength and willpower known as sisu in the Finnish tongue. This word embodies the fact that the Finnish people can get through very adverse circumstances with poise and resolve, no matter how adverse those circumstances may seem. The people of Finland are not afraid to face the obstacles that they encounter head-on, whether it be surviving months of extreme weather or navigating through the darkness of winter. They choose to accept the terrible conditions of their environment rather than to fight against them. They are able to preserve their physical and mental health by participating in outdoor sports such as cross-country skiing, ice swimming, and snowshoeing. Besides these, the beauty of the winter landscape gives a serene haven from modern life stress. The Finnish education system is a little odd compared to others in the fact that the children begin the formal education only when they are 7 years of age. And even then, there is little emphasis on standardized testing or competition. Instead, Finland's educational system focuses more on creativity and working in teams with the well-being of the individual. The Finnish education system certainly does not set conventional goals. Instead of spending more time sitting in classrooms, children spend more time playing or with the natural world and others. Teachers in Finland are held in very high esteem, and they are subjected to very stringent training to ensure that each child receives the absolute best education. Instead of the stress and strain that are normally associated with schooling in other nations, the result is a system that provides an environment that encourages curiosity, joy, and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. It is a contributing factor to a healthier and happier upbringing for Finnish children, since they do not have to deal with the load of academic stress that so many other children across the world need to deal with. The other surprising component of the happiness that is prevalent in Finland in terms of design and lifestyle, the minimalist aesthetic that is very prevalent in Finland. The Finnish approach to design is profoundly anchored in simplicity and functionality. Characterized by clean lines, natural materials, and emphasis on practicality rather than excess, Finnish design can be applied in many aspects: building, clothes, and furniture. Taking the minimalist approach towards living spaces would help reduce clutter and distractions to create situations favorable for quiet and concentration. This despite a world that speaks of materialism and consumerism as avenues to happiness. Finns found that they could be happy with less. In fact, it is not limited to design. The everydayness of life means that people can be satisfied with what they already have and not find a need to change or add anything further. Their ability to concentrate on the things that genuinely matter, relationships, well-being, and personal fulfillment, is facilitated as a result of this. In addition, the humor of the Finnish people contributes to their happiness, despite the fact that some may find it rather perplexing. The humor of Finland is dry, understated, and frequently gloomy. It's not that kind of humor. It's actually more about the discovery of absurdity in what life throws one's way and laughing at them. It is very common to hear Finns cracking jokes about how unpredictable their weather is, or how absurdly long their winters are. For example, this often comes out. It serves as a coping tool where one is enabled to view not-so-pleasing realities in life and have them in perspective, yet be hilarious. Good mental health sustenance depends on the art of being able to laugh at oneself and even at the world surrounding them. That Finland's oddness is not only appealing but also makes a great difference in the generation of a high quality of life because of the deep effectiveness. That explains why Finland always appears in the ranking of the happiest countries in the world. Its extraordinary mixture of cultural heritage and social security measures, combined with a sense of affinity with nature and a pragmatic approach to happiness. Even though their approaches seem unusual to others, they indeed shed some valuable insights on how a society might be built so that pleasure does not just seem like an illusion in one's head, but instead is the norm. Honesty in living simple lives, and deeply bonding with the world and with other people are encouraged through the Finnish model of happiness. This model does not require its followers to keep a constant positive attitude or material success. Amidst a world that often hunts for swifter ways to procure bliss, perhaps Finns have discovered the key to true happiness lies in the weirdness that exists in living life in the most straightforward, balanced, and bare minimum way possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.